Okimanyi nti waliwo ebintu ebiba bitambula mu maaso awo nga bakulembeze bano president ne bakama abamuleeta mu ntebe nga balina pressure force gye bamanyi nti weeri waliwo kye bamukaka ndeffe ng'abantu nga tetumanyi. Nina ka interview ke nkuleetedde njagala okamanya aka interview akatwala Milton Obote the doctor. Interviews ezasooka Museveni bamukozeko interviews nyingi nga zimusindiikiriza era emundooza mujjukira bwe yayogerera ennyo ku Bobi Wine aleeta ab'ebisiyaga European powers zimuwaga yalina omukyalo omuzungu. Interview gye mmanyi Museveni we yanotisingira nti bamukakako omuntu oba bamupikamu omuntu teyawukana nnyo ne interview gye baakola ku Obote nga bamukakako Museveni. Interview eno ndoza yakolebwa was it 15 ndoza nga 15 January bwe yakolebwa era neteekebwayo yaliyo ku Sky News.
If I'm available, not dead, not senile, but I'm still around and I have some knowledge. If you are really serious about your country, why would you not want to take advantage of me if I'm still able?
I mean, what do you think of the young people who do want change, who want someone else to govern? Do you think that that's not sensible?
Museveni nagezaako okulaga abantu bano indirectly yali smart ngagezaako balaga kubanga okwegayira naye nga takijjayo direct. Kino waliwo yakiŋŋamba nti obanga ogenda okusaba visa y'Abamerika togezaako balaga nti oyagala nnyo naye ate deep inside oba oyagala nnyo. Kati Museveni yagezaako okulaga interview eno wa BBC nti ekituufu sinnagwa ddalu nga we mukirowooza oba sinnatandika senile kwe kubanga olowoozanga otuuse mu myaka egyo egy'ekikadde ng'olowoozanga mwana muto. So naga nti bwe mbanga sinatuuka mu stage eyo lwaki temunzikiriza n'enjira nga nkyabakolera. Interview eyo Museveni we yamanyira nti Bobi Wine kati gwe batandise omukaka.
President Museveni, I want to ask you about your main contender, Bobi Wine. Your government has targeted him quite aggressively since 2018. Why? What threat does he pose to Uganda?
Bobi Wine breaks the law. That's why there are other people in opposition. You don't find having problems with them. But if you take each case, you'll find that he's breaking the law.
But why the violence?
Wabula eyo tuveeyo. Interview eyatwala Kawenkene yeno interview gye ngenda okuteerayo ku end wabula njagala omanye bino ebintu ekimu ku byaggisaako Kawenkene Obote kwe kubanga yanyooma Museveni yayisa mu Museveni amaaso olw'okuba yali amukolera. Ekyokubiri yali amanyi nti Museveni olw'okuba yali refugee ate nga yamwereetera amagye.
In his own area where he was born, he's not effective, he's not known, and he's a refugee himself in another part of Uganda. So I really don't know what he wants.
Ye yamweteekeramu magye naye akanyoomonyomo kyekimu ku byamuggisaako Obote kunyooma. Teyamanya nti behind waliyo extra force. Okitegeera ke kanyoomonyoomo ako nkujja eyo kati ku Museveni. Ekimu ku byaleete ebigenda okuleetera Museveni okugenda ke kanyoomonyoomo eri Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Ng'era Obote we yanyooma Museveni nti yali mugwira yali refugee ne Museveni bwe yatandiikiriza ng'anyoomoola Bobi Wine. Okitegeera ne bamuyita omuyimbi bakahinda otafire ne bamuyita omuyimbi simanyi bo tebalwanira ggwanga kuyingira comedian tasobola bafuga akaki akanyoomonyoomo. Kakati interview njagala owulire interview zino nti ziba zifaanagana ng'omusajja omuzungu balina bo engeri gye bazannyamu games zaabwe basooka kuteeka mu gaapu nti osobola okuteeseganya n'omukulembeze ono oba n'omuntu ono akulwanyisa.
The wrongs of his case, wouldn't it save a lot of life and a lot of money to talk to him?
I told you it is not a personal matter.
The strongest advocate for talks is not coming from opposition politicians, it's coming from the
I have answered that question, I'm not going to answer anymore. I have said I do not accept any proposal about talks, and I'm going to make this an election issue. You wait for the votes.
Mwegendereze nnyo interviews ezibadde conducted of recent zibaddemu embeera ey'okukaka abantu bano batule ku mmeeza. Museveni kyatasobola kukkiriza ne Obote yakigaana. Okitegeera Museveni kyatasobola kukkiriza okuteeseganya okumuggyako entebe. Yayagala akole okuteeseganya nga yakwe initiating oba yakutandise eri abalage nti twateeseza yebiri ebifaananyi bye yali anoonya mu kusooka we banoonyeza ennyo ekifaananyi Kyagulanyi. Simanyi oba okitegeera. So ebintu bino njagala obiyige naye mbadde ngezaako okubalansinga. Omuzungu ono azannya atya kadize era ategeeza atya ono agent we gwe badde wakozesa nti ke kaseera. Yeno interview eya Sky News gye bateeka ku Sky News eya BBC. Then gikwasaganya owuliziganye n'akanyoomonyomo n'obusungu Obote bwe yakozesa mu interview ng'amulaga nti sisobola kutuula mu dialogue, sobola ku dialoginga oba mu nteeseganya ne Museveni. Ningo already bombs abazungu baali basazeewo nti gwe tugenda kujjawo. Kakati Bobi Wine kyekiri kyagambye nti okutuula sigaana kutuula naye. Nikye tulina okuteesaako zenteesaganya eza transition. Kati awo olw'okuba Museveni bye bimu bye yayitamu kyova olaba nti basabirira nnyo Bobi Wine ajje bamugjewo.
Through fighting, what is he after?
I don't know. If I knew, I would be very happy, because I really don't know. Museveni was a member of the military commission. He was number 2 in the military commission. He and the rest of the members of the military commission organized elections. And soon after elections, he decided to fight. And he hasn't progressed very much. In his own area where he was born, he's not effective, he's not known, and he's a refugee himself in another part of Uganda. So I really don't know what he wants.
Whatever the wrongs of his case, wouldn't it save a lot of life and a lot of money to talk to him?
I told you it is not a personal matter. Why do you think Museveni is all that important in this country? First of all, he's not a citizen. He's not a citizen.
Where is he?
He lost an election. He has no party which is viable in this country. Because he's a gunman. Your name is Robin. Do you remember the history of England called Robin Hood?
I do.
Yes? Is it worthwhile talking to Robin Hoods of this world? Bademanham in Germany? The Irish Republic Army people? Is it worthwhile talking to such gangsters and terrorists?
You say he's not a citizen. What do you mean by that?
Because his father was not born in Uganda. And that is the constitutional basis. So he cannot be a citizen.
The strongest advocate for talks is not coming from opposition politicians. It's coming from the
I have answered that question. I'm not going to answer anymore. I have said I do not accept any proposal about talks, and I'm going to make this an election issue. You wait for the votes.
Do you think the forthcoming elections could in any way lead to a way out of this impasse?
What impasse? There is no impasse. The mess of the country is very peaceful. Even Luero is very peaceful. We have administration in Luero.
But do you think after the elections that the trouble might end some way?
Please, I've told you I'm not answering anymore. If you came here to talk about the dissidents, Babu 7, let us stop this interview.
If I could turn to the election.
Why don't you talk about the whole western region, which is peaceful, much of Buganda, which is peaceful, the whole eastern region, the whole northern region? Why do you talk about a handful of gunmen? And you take my time, 30 minutes, 1 hour, to talk about a handful of gunmen? You came all the way from London for this purpose? No wonder members of parliament in Britain sometimes talk about starving the BBC from funds, because you waste public funds in this type of way.
If I could turn to the elections, how do you see the next elections going?
It's going to be conducted in the normal way.
Do you think you're going to win these elections?
I think so. I can't see another party that can win this election. Our record is there. We have done some work that in 1980 people didn't know which direction Uganda would go. Everything was declining. Not today. So that with that kind of record, I can't see another party really giving us a terrible challenge.
Will you stand on your economic record, will you?
Every record, political, economic, and otherwise.
If I could talk about the economy, which things have gone well and which things have gone badly?
We started from almost position 0. Everything has started moving upwards. Obviously, they cannot all move at the same speed.
Would you accept that in the industrial sector it has been slow progress?
What could we have done in the industrial sector? We had no skilled manpower. We had machinery which had not been looked after for years. We had no raw materials. So industrial sector could not have progress at the same speed as the agricultural sector.
What are your biggest economic priorities at the moment?
Production. Production, we are asking the people of Uganda to produce and produce